All right, so this is, sorry if you can't hear, Working Alaska, episode number 5. I'm Alex, Real Estate Dude, your host, and we're sitting with the owner and cool guy himself, Matt Shaughnessy of Birdhouse Sandwich Co, parked outside of Matanuska Cannabis Company out here in the Butte. Today we're going to get into who he is, so you know who he is when you come up and order a delicious sandwich from him. We're going to get into kind of what they're doing and what to expect from Birdhouse Sandwich Company. And for the entrepreneurs out there, we're going to get into how he markets it, how he brings in customers and stuff like that. You ready for it?
I think so. Here we go.
All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to build context around who you are. So give me from like square one, like where you're from, and we're going to go through the whole story.
Oh, man.
all the nitty-gritty details. Let's go.
Nitty-gritty, huh? Oh, shit. Well, I grew up in Minnesota, little town Stillwater.
That Stillwater was in Oklahoma.
No, well, there's many Stillwaters around the country.
Okay.
You know,
You call those lakes.
Yeah. Yeah, next to the St. Croix River, one of the first towns in Minnesota, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah, I grew up playing hockey, big sports guy. Dad got me into it early. So I played hockey my entire life, lacrosse in high school and college. Went to business school.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been working in restaurants since I was like 12. And just
So you were born in Stillwater, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds weird to say. And then were you like good at sports? You were varsity hockey, varsity lacrosse, varsity?
I was pretty good growing up. Was on the high school team in grade 9, varsity for my senior year, and got to go to state. And I went to a Catholic high school because they had one of the best hockey teams in the state, Hill Murray High School, and got to go to state tournament. That was a huge highlight. And yeah.
So one thing I ask everybody all the time is, in school, were you like A, B kind of kid? Like you just cruise right through it? Or were you like a C, D kind of kid? Were you a hard F kid? What like where's this?
I'll put a hard no on the hard F.
Okay.
No, I rocked the C's and B's, a few A's. It was a little bit of a college prep high school that I went to, so it was a little more challenging. If I would have applied myself more, I probably could have had more straight A's and B's.
Okay.
But sometimes,
all of us,
sometimes we just had to snooze out.
So. So in high school, was it your plan to? You went to a college prep. You were going to go to college and then be like an engineer or something like that, or what were you thinking in high school?
No idea. I chased a girl to St. Thomas University. Could have kept playing hockey, could have played junior hockey, but I opted to play D3 hockey. Okay. And ended up not playing after my first year, actually, and just kind of kept going with the business. Didn't know really what I wanted to do, and kind of had, freshman panic attacks and all that kind of shit. And just kind of picked a business, and it just kind of kept going with managing restaurants and up and up.
In high school, there was no real super big plan about like I definitely want to be an entrepreneur. I definitely want to join the military. There was no big plan like that. You just kind of
I was just riding the wave,
went
really.
With the flow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But that still it led you to. You said business, but you didn't say anything about the business. What was that?
Business management. I was in the HR field, so that was kind of my niche, more of like the recruiting and the HR side was my steez.
So, and that was after college then.
College.
In college, you went to that, and then did you ever do that out of college?
Nope, I stayed in the restaurants. I kept managing restaurants.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so that makes sense then. why we're here?
Yep, that kind of led it up to it, and my early years in college, I was going around to music festivals and causing a ruckus.
Hashtag college life.
Hey, that college life. It was fun.
Yeah.
And that also really was a big portion of why I am where I am, and kind of just figuring everything out on my own time, and setbacks here, setbacks there,
a
few steps forward, bunch of steps back, and all in all, just kept my eye on the prize of Alaska. My dad used to always talk to me about it, and like get to somewhere where you can be sustainable for yourself and find something that's sustainable. And because I knew from day one with business school I wasn't going to be in a cubicle. I can't do that. I need to be out and about, talking with people.
Yeah, I wish people could see this view we got here too. Like, this is definitely not a cubicle.
It's not just a pot shop.
Okay, so did you graduate college?
I did not.
Okay. How far did you get?
I got to my last year. I have like 2 more classes or so, and
Okay.
I could be done with it.
Okay. And so that was like, did typical like 3 years, and then you were like, no? Or you did like 5 or 6 years, and then now you only got 2
No, I did
classes
3.5, and then that's kind of when all the ruckus started happening.
Yeah.
And started going in a different direction because there was no money to be made.
Okay. So now we are, I'm not going to say, we're out of college.
Yeah.
Now where do we go from here?
I was working. I was helping manage a sandwich shop for like 3-4 years, and I was also cooking in the kitchens. I was doing like 2-3 jobs at that time, and then working with my probation.
Okay.
So yeah, and that was a time, and I started drinking pretty heavy being in the kitchens, and that was
because it was
real.
stressful?
It's just the scene kind of, and it kind of just lost control with how much is going on with working and trying to make ends meet with school loans, and that was a big killer, just the school loans, and alcohol doesn't help, friends.
So you were working a lot of hours and had the burden of the student loans, and so after work you were kind of you were young at the time too, right? You were
During work.
Early. Right, we're in the kitchen. It's
we're
no
in the
customer
kitchen.
service back here. I'm just cooking food.
Yeah, so that
Put 'em
ended
back.
up being some problems, and we faced them, and thank God for my family, helped me through that,
Right.
and stayed by my side, and lots of good friends that we all saw the bigger picture and knew I was meant for better things. And
Do you think that time, that difficult time in your life, played a part into where you are now as a person and as a business owner?
completely made who I am, shaped it, and the way I handled it. The way you handle hardships really defines your character.
Right.
And that's kind of what I'm rolling with right now, and seeing the whole puzzle come together and unfold. And it's been building blocks and Legos and taking it apart and putting it back together. And
Sounds like life.
that's life, and just ride the wave, don't bail.
So now we're out of college, we're into work. What brought you here, and how long have you been here?
Well, I had a couple friends that were working in the fishing industry for a long time, and I came up and visited in 2011 down in Kenai, and I fell in love. And it was the dead of winter, January,
Oh, man.
-20, and I was like, yep, I'm coming here. This is where I want to be. This is the people I want to be around.
And you alluded to, your dad said, did your dad live here, or was he just pushing it here, like he's been here before? What?
Nope, he never set foot here. He just kind of had that inkling, and because he was kind of, the Y2K, and my parents got a little into that, and they, prepped up a bit, and just kind of, well, people up there, that's their life, so isn't that cool?
Yeah, right.
So I pushed myself to get here, and it took a lot longer than expected, but, one foot after another, met a great woman, and she came up here with me, and that's that.
So, how long have you been here?
I'm on my 3rd year now.
Okay. And you guys, you met and then moved up here?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, we met in
Man,
Minnesota. She was
love, look
going.
at that.
She was going to school for welding and working, and I was working on a pot farm out in Oregon, and I was going back and forth from Minnesota and Oregon, and we finally just found a place up here on Facebook and or on Craigslist and moved up here.
Just, what's the word I'm looking for? Pulled the trigger.
Pulled the trigger. Yeah, spent about $8,500 getting up here. Shipped the car and the trailer up from Tacoma, Washington, and brought the animals up.
Here you are.
Here we
Look
are.
at him. Get that guy on the table. We're gonna have to get him on video before we cut it.
She's over there sitting pretty.
So, you've been here for 3 years. How long have you been doing the Birdhouse?
Birdhouse, this food truck of mine, opened up about 2 months ago. We bought the trailer last August and built it up, finished it up over the winter, and parked it here at the pod shop April 7th, and opened up business.
So was that, when you moved up here, was that the plan, or how did this become an actuality?
Actually.
Here we go. I asked the right question.
Yep, there you go. I was trying to get out of the kitchen. I was so done with it because, it brought on all the drinking and everything like that. And I felt that was a good time to say goodbye to that crazy lifestyle and being in the kitchen. And so I came up here wanting to be a fishing guide. So I wanted to get back to my childhood of fishing and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
So I worked for Jimmy Jack Fishing Company down in Soldotna for my first year up here, and I was working the front desk and training in to be a guide on the Kasilof River, and that was fantastic. But my girlfriend goes to different places in Alaska for jobs, and I ended up finding a good catering job of helping build this new hotel's kitchen down in Valdez, which was a much better gig, and it was where she was. And so I thought about it, and I felt that was the better decision. It was more constant, more money. So I got back into it, but I kind of got to build it my own way. I got to build my own kitchen. And then that was the first time ever to see brand new kitchen equipment and break that in myself. It's pretty neat.
You fell back in love.
Oh yeah,
like,
I did.
I'm in it again.
And creating my own policies and procedures for that kitchen and running it my way. I mean, there was a model we were catering to the Premier Alaska tour buses. For the people that were coming up and touring Alaska on the buses and on the cruise ships. So we were doing dinners for them, and then continental breakfast every morning. Well, not continental, but buffet breakfast every morning, and that was my first morning gig. So, woo.
You can't drink with those morning gigs.
Hell no.
It makes for hard mornings. So then from that you came into this, and was it like you liked the freedom there, so that's why you came here, or what's?
Well, yeah. I saw the influx of tourism down in Valdez, actually, and there was only a few food trucks, and food trucks down in the lower 48 is probably the newest and biggest craze, and they're everywhere, and biggest competition ever. And once again, with the kitchen I was in, it wasn't consistent. It didn't end up being consistent year-round or anything. And, we needed to move on. I wasn't satisfied. The whole summer I was trying to start like a delivery service in town or something like that. Just scheming.
So while you were building, you fell back in love with the new kitchen and stuff like that, but you were still trying to figure out some way
scheming.
to
Yeah.
And so this may be the benefit of having the food truck then, because now you can literally do, like, I'm sure it takes a lot of your time, and you have the freedom to test. Park in different places, or do different things, or figure out how you want to cater things, or whatever you want to do.
Well, it's my life now, so it's I don't clock in, but I don't clock out.
Yeah, true. That's business owner life. It's always on.
Yeah, my dad said that the other night. So he's like, you never get to clock out, bud.
Do you fall asleep thinking about like recipes?
Yeah, everything. It's I had to stop doing soups. I started doing soups at the beginning, but it wasn't a big hit or anything, and that was kind of stressful. So now that I stopped that, I can think a lot more about my weekend specials and what kind of meat I want to smoke, and brine recipes, and trying out different rubs.
Really kill it with the sandwiches.
Yeah,
keep leaving in the sandwiches and just hit those hard.
The passion for smoking and my knowledge of the sandwich arts.
That's what the people at Subway, they call them sandwich artists.
Yeah, well, the sandwich place I used to run down when I was in college is called Potbelly Sandwiches, and so I'm taking a little bit of that knowledge that was a toasted sub place, and then just mashing it with my style.
Okay, so I think this is the perfect time to transition in. What can we expect from Birdhouse now and in the future, as far as, are you trying, like, what kind of different recipes or things you got going on? You got different, like, are you doing food truck festivals? Are you always going to be parked here? Like, what can people expect from you?
Well, majority of the time I'm going to be here at the Matanuska Cannabis Company. I am going to be doing a few events coming up. I was just at Bleeding Hearts Brewery last night, and that was great. Thank you for everyone that was out there. We're going to be there again next Friday. We're going to be picking some dates to go to Bear Paw Brewery. We're also doing the Wasilla Fly-In Show on June 12th, or June 15th, I'm sorry. So that's at the Menard Sports Center. So doing a few events like that, but otherwise I'll be parked right here at the pot shop.
Out here.
Yep.
So after you hike the Butte, after you Jim Creek Raceway or campground.
Lazy Mountain.
All right here. Come pick up a good sandwich.
There's about 7 trailheads right on the old Glen here.
Perfect. And then what about recipes? You got a pretty, not a limited menu, but are you looking at expanding that or bringing in like some other kind of meats, or what's?
Yeah, I'm gonna be bringing in a turkey sandwich here coming up, which I know people like their deli turkey and everything, and I'm more based on smoked meats and really, really hearty stuff right now. I do have a veggie sandwich though, so don't forget about that. But yeah, I can't expand too much with being a small space and not too much refrigeration.
Yeah.
But with my weekend specials, I do plan on getting really creative with those. I'm going to be doing, the Philly cheesesteaks and smoking up a bunch of different kinds of meats and mashing them together, mixing and matching.
Where does a guy figure out what the weekend special is? Are you doing
Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook? What is YouTube?
I've got Instagram and Facebook going on right now, and I'm not that great at it, everyone, but I am posting something about every day, and my specials are on there every weekend.
Okay.
There is not one this weekend because I was getting ready for this.
So, perfect time. I mean, this conversation's working out perfectly. Let's talk about, is that what you use to bring in business? Is Instagram and Facebook? Like, are you really trying to push those presences? Is it mainly street traffic? How are you spreading the word? I mean, how did you get your first order?
The fine people at the pot shop were my first customers, and really word of mouth. There's a convenience store across the street here, the Green Store, and being a regular over there and just talking about it as I parked out here about a week before I opened, and I was smoking all my meats, and all the passersbys,
right,
and,
with the windows open, or like
little samples of my meatballs and everything like that, and the bacon, and that's how I got a lot of my first few regulars, was word of mouth and passersby, and a little bit from Facebook. I paid for a couple boosts on Facebook that did not work out so well on the reach. I don't know how that stuff works. Algorithms, yeah. But
you just post pictures of pretty food, it'll all work out.
Yeah, melty foods and everything like that. But word of mouth has been great. That's really been it. People passing by saying, "Oh, I'm gonna stop by there someday," and they do.
Just being consistent, being out here. Your big yellow truck every day.
Yeah, that's right. Big bird box.
All right, it goes super fast. I'm pretty sure. Yep, we're definitely at 20-ish minutes already.
Right on.
So I always finish with two things. One, I want to give you an opportunity for anything that we didn't cover, like if there was a part of your story, if there was a part of the business, if there's some kind of anything we didn't cover that you wanted to talk about. This is your chance to, even if it's like a super selfish, like come to my store, whatever you want. This is your opportunity to fill that space.
Gratitude.
Ooh, there it is.
Yeah. Very grateful for everyone that stuck by my side in all these adventures. Parents, family, sisters, brothers, grandma, for sure. I know you're not listening, but you're out there. But yeah, all my friends too that, smacked me upside the head when I was being a fuckhead.
This one's for you.
That's for you. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Man, I do this every time. And most of the time, people do go into the business stuff. So the fact that you brought it there, that means a lot.
I gotta give it all to my girlfriend too. My girlfriend Kristen Schaefer. She's not on Facebook, but I know some friends of hers are out there watching. But yeah, she was a big part of making this happen, and her helping smack me upside the head a bunch of times too. So thank you, baby.
Now you just got to make sure to give that back.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, as you're obviously gonna become successful. One, because you're doing this video. No. you got good food and you have a good heart, and that's the two things that I think make a good business. So as you become Birdhouse Sandwich Company of Alaska, right? You got to make sure to give that back.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. That's all about the flow.
So, last thing. You ready for it?
Let's see it.
Question of the day. It's a Gary Vaynerchuk special. I'm not sure if you know who that is, but it is for everyone that watches this or everyone who engages with this. If you could ask just the general public of there's like 500 or 1,000 followers, something in that, one question, as for anything, is it like something about Game of Thrones? If you're into Game of Thrones right now, it's something about like, what do you gratitude, what are you most grateful for? Anything, whatever's on your mind.
I ask them.
Asking them. Ask the people. Talk to the people.
Go to my Facebook and tell me what kind of sandwiches you like. I want to make them.
Oh. You want to make good sandwiches. So you want...
I want to make what y'all want.
People to post on your Facebook page what kind of sandwiches they want.
Yep.
There it is.
Please, because then we'll all be collaborating, and that's tight.
No better way to end it. I appreciate it, man. That's it.
Thank you, Alex.
That was Working Alaska episode, lucky number 5. Birdhouse Sandwich Company. Matt Shaughnessy. No, Matt Shaughnessy. Find him at Birdhouse Sandwich Company on Facebook and Instagram.
Birdhouse.sandwiches.
There it is. And come get one outside of Matt Nuska Cannabis Company. every day.
Let's show them this view too.
Let's do it. You want to hit that one? I hit this one. Look at this. Get it. There's mountains over there. Look at the big old yellow truck. It's a beauty. There it is. Till next time.